Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is April the 30th, 2019. Strong hand, like the shirt says. Offended by selling. Oh, yeah, you better believe I am. Value your wealth in Bitcoin. Unconfiscatable. One Bitcoin equals one Bitcoin. In motion. Deferral of gratification. World Reserve crypto. All right, check out all the links below. All right, today, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of news, so I thought we'd have a question and answer session at the end. If you're watching this, there's a lot of news, so it's going to take a while to get to the end. If you have a question, leave it in the chat right now. Type Bitcoin Meister so I can see it. I'll go over it at the end. I'll answer the questions at the end. Maybe I'll answer some in the middle also. And yeah, it's crypto questions, Bitcoin questions, whatever you want to do pertaining to the space. So Friday, we're going to have This Week in Bitcoin show. I said yesterday that Gabriel from Venezuela was going to be on. I can't get in touch with Gabriel from Venezuela. Guess why? Well, there's a Twitter tweet about that. Chinese technicians help Maduro shut down access to social media in Venezuela this morning. Another example of malign influence of China in the developing world. Hey, but it's the USA's fault, right? All you conspiracy theorists, pound that like button. I can't talk to Gabriel. Very nice stuff. Hopefully, social media will be back up. I'll be able to talk to Gabriel my normal way, and hopefully he'll be able to make it on the show on Friday. I don't know who else is going to be on the show on Friday. I don't know what time the show is going to be on Friday. Follow me on Twitter, though, and you'll get updates, TECHBALT, and sportsmeister.com, disruptmeister.com, techbalt.com, podcast. Everything's linked to below. Now, today, one of the reasons I'm back, well, I'm back in Baltimore. I have to go to a high school reunion on Saturday, which is going to affect the time that the show comes on. It could come on really late on Saturday night. Yeah. You never know at these high school reunions. Maybe I should do the show from the high school reunion. It is the Beyond Bitcoin show. Tell me if you want me to do that. But no, another reason I'm back was obviously Passover, and I got to take care of some things with some things my father's owned. We got to change some names and stuff. So today, I was working on changing some stocks that are in my father's name to get it into my mother's name and whoever else's name, okay? And some of them are in my father's name and mother's name already, but some are just my father's name. And it's a pain. It really is a pain. It is quite a hassle. And I'm sitting here like, how can young people, how are they going to be able to deal with this type of thing? They're not going to want to deal with this. There's so much bureaucracy. My mom's on the phone with the stock corporation or whoever, and they're saying, well, if you don't change his name, eventually the stock will be marked as inactive and the state can take it. That's what we call confiscatable. If they can't take my Bitcoin, which I consider my father's Bitcoin too. If my father would be alive, he would eventually enjoy the benefits of the Bitcoin, of my Bitcoin also, as the rest of my family will enjoy it. But the thing is, they can't take my Bitcoin. They can take my father's stocks. They can take my father's stocks. And it's just amazing. This and people, you guys ask me, Adam, do you own any stocks? Why would I want any part of that? I don't even understand. I mean, going through what I went through today, it's complete nonsense. And does this stuff even beat inflation? Does it really even beat inflation over the long run? These my Coca-Cola, General Electric, whatever he had. It's a few big names my father had, and this is what's it's to me. Obviously, it's a reminder that Bitcoin is the future, crypto is the future, and Bitcoin is the future. But yeah, so I dealt with that today. All these things you got to print out, get stamped, get a notary to stamp it. A notary to stamp it. I mean, what is this? 1956, for God's sakes? It's hilarious. It's hilarious, and but I mean. My father would want the name changed to my mother's name, so we're going to do it. In the end of the day, let's just say my Bitcoin holdings, it's, anyway. So are bigger than my father's stock holdings. Putting it lightly. Moving on, and this is Spencer Bogar has a report out, just published, and this is great. It is linked to below. Please read it. Pound that like button. Just published. Bitcoin is a demographic megatrend. Data analysis, which features results from a survey of American adults regarding Bitcoin awareness, familiarity, perception, conviction. Oh yeah, I like that. Propensity to purchase, and actual ownership. Now, one of the results of the survey, it said 11% of Americans own it. I seriously doubt that, man. That seems so outrageously high. Maybe some people are confused. Maybe some people think they have magical portfolios that include Bitcoin. But some other things that Spencer tweeted out from the report: younger Americans aren't investing in stock market. And okay, I don't blame them after what I went through today. Here is Spencer Bogart's a quote. Ultimately, Bitcoin is a demographic megatrend with younger age groups as the driving force in terms of Bitcoin awareness, familiarity, perception, conviction. Okay, all right. So this is great. You know what? People like my grandma, they can look at my 96-year-old grandma, the 96-year-olds of the world, they can play with their stocks. I'm glad to see from this survey, the young people, they're not dealing with it. They're not dealing with the notary or anymore. So that is not a shock, and it shows that there's a lot of growth coming our way in the Bitcoin world. It's an very good report here from Spencer. And another quote: and I love this, despite the bear market, the percentage of people that indicated they are very or somewhat likely to buy Bitcoin in the next 5 years rose by nearly half, from 19% in October 27 to 27% in April of 2019, including 42% of those aged 18 to 34. So that's great. 42% of people aged 18 to 34 think they're going to buy some Bitcoin in the next 5 years. And it would not shock me at all. And if even half of that many buy in the next 5 years, oh baby, hang on to your seats. Hopefully some of you are leaving questions. Right, I'm going to check the chat right now. There is a question over there. Mysterious Underbelly. Bitcoin Meister, what is your opinion on a small crypto called Iamaria? Dude, I think you must be new to this channel, and I'm assuming you're new to this channel, so I'm going to be as polite as possible. It's some 5th tier, 6th tier, 7th tier altcoin. It means nothing to me. It means absolutely nothing. They're a dime a dozen, dude. There are 2,000 of them out there, and you don't FOMO over alts. I would not waste any time on this coin, whatever this coin is. You should just get into Bitcoin. It is a complete distraction. It is crypto noise. And I'm not picking on yours specifically. If you said any of the non-top tier altcoins, I would say the same thing. And top tier altcoins, I might say a similar thing too. All right, moving on. And the next subject actually pertains to this. There's a guy, I mentioned him, but thank you for the question, though. Thank you, and welcome to the channel. I assume you're new. Thanks. Thank you, though. Seriously. Moving on, the economic invincibility is a guy that I have talked about before. He's got a channel with obviously economic advice, life advice, and I don't agree with the dude all the time. But he talks about his investments. How are his investments doing? So he has some stocks. He talks about his boring stocks. And then he talks about his crypto asset. He's got to have a portfolio. Now, again, when I hear about people's crypto portfolios, I cringe. You shouldn't have a portfolio. I am 95% Bitcoin. And the only reason I'm 5% whatever else is because I've gotten stuff for free, the Steam I've earned, the crypto dividends that I haven't sold. And anyway, so people that are he's a guy who's diversifying for the sake of diversification here. It's clear. He says Coinbase is so easy. He says it's easy. You should use Coinbase. And that is true. It is easy. And he says that he's bought Litecoin, Ethereum, and a couple others that are on Coinbase. He doesn't give reasons. Clearly, the reasons is he doesn't just want to have Bitcoin. He wants to have others. What else is offered on Bitcoin? The stuff he bought. what else is what else is offered on Coinbase? Everything that he bought. So I'm bringing this up because even smart dudes like this, they can't get away from the old paradigm of stocks. Like you buy stocks because they made it a grand announcement that they're going to partner with Porsche or whoever, and you buy it, and thus that stock is going to soar and that company is going to do great. That's not the way it works around here. All these coins make all sorts of grand announcements, and that doesn't mean they're going to be around for a while. That means they might pump temporarily, but Bitcoin is a whole nother level. There's nothing to diversify with Bitcoin. There's only one Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the next Bitcoin. All the rest aren't. If Bitcoin fails, they're all going to fail. So if he's buying Ethereum because he thinks Bitcoin's going to fail, there's no point. If Bitcoin fails, Ethereum will fail also. I bring this up again, and top tier altcoins, whether you like it or not, there are top tier altcoins that money is going to flow into. And what defines a top tier altcoin is if it is on Coinbase, where all this dumb money flows into, that is just going to diversify for the sake of diversification. Yes, dumb money, easy dumb money helps decide what is part of the top tier of altcoins. It sounds bad, but that's just the truth. And in the future, there's going to be a lot of dumb money, a lot of newbies. Where are they going to get? They're going to get onto the easiest sites to buy Bitcoin. Right now, that's Coinbase, okay? Maybe there'll be some others one day. There will be some others one day. What coins will be listed on there? Probably Litecoin, Ethereum, all the ones that are on Coinbase and Gemini, the easy sites. So again, economic invincibility is showing us why there are top tier altcoins, why they pump. They pump from people like him saying that they own it. People watch the video and are like, oh, if economic invincibility is buying Litecoin, it must be good. It must be. No, he's just buying it because it's on Coinbase. That's the only reason he's doing it. It's easy. And he diversifies for the sake. He's caught in the old stock mentality. So again, some of you are saying, well, Adam, wait a second, these top tier altcoins, the 80%ers aren't even in, they're hardly into the space yet. That's true. But why risk it? Why gamble? Why take the chance on the altcoins? Why not just get the real thing? The real thing is Bitcoin. Coinbase sells the real thing too. Just get the real thing. Skip the intermediate steps, the learning process of saying, oh man, I lost a lot of Bitcoin by investing in Litecoin. Yeah, skip that. You just learned the lesson. You didn't learn it the hard way. You learned it from my voice. All right. Moving on. Pound that like button. Let us see. Tether news here. Tether. There's a lot of Tether stuff. First of all, I'm gonna give you a different perspective on Tether real quick here. And again, if this is going to be a question and answer show, just type in Bitcoin Meister. I'll see it. I'll answer it at some point. I was listening to the Ben Shapiro show today. Okay, and he brings up the New York Attorney General Letitia James. Where have I heard that name before? Letitia James. Well, she's the one that's involved in this Tether Bitfinex thing. Now, Letitia James, and I usually don't bring up politics on here, she has said that she's going after Trump and all of Trump's associates and his family. I mean, just because that's not how the country works, okay? You don't go after your political opponents and their families and their associates just because you want to bring them down. That's a banana republic. That's not how the justice system is supposed to work. And she has admitted that's what she's doing. That is what this woman is doing. Now, again, I'm not a fan of Trump or whatever, but I wouldn't like if someone did that to me. Someone got into power. They didn't like me, went after me, my family, my friends, looking at every financial transaction we ever made. And this is the same person that is involved in the Bitfinex Tether thing. So when you tell me, for the people who are on the other side of the spectrum saying, oh, Bitfinex is a scam, Tether is a scam, you're on the side of that scum. That is scum, that woman that goes, and I'm taking it, you can tell, because I'm thinking think about it for a second. Would you like if someone in the law enforcement went after you and your family because they didn't like you and they went to ruin you financially, to send you into a pen, into a, whatever, a cell, a cage for the rest of your life with people who are going to do all sorts of things to you, while she laughed because all of her highfalutin friends, oh, you got our political enemy, thank you. And that's a good point. So she's trying to bring down some people. Why is she trying to bring down? She's helping out her political friends to bring down another political guy. So why is she trying to bring down Bitfinex and Tether? Is she trying to help somebody out? Is she trying to help all the people who are scared of institutions that don't obey the New York bit license law? Is that what she's trying to do? And Adam, you're talking like a conspiracy theorist. Well, I'm going to tell you, she admits how corrupt she is. Okay, she clearly is totally political, totally into revenge, totally doing political favors. So why isn't this? This is probably a favor for someone. Maybe it's a favor for the big banks. There's a different perspective on this story, but that woman is scum of the earth. Really, that's really, and again, you can hate Trump, but how would you like if she did that to your family and your friends and just caused you years and years legal fees? And that's not what that's not what the justice system is about. That's not what the justice system is about. And by the way, if there was ever a moment where I thought anyone was going to do that to me, I would leave this darn country in a second, take my Bitcoin with me, and start a whole new life. And that shows you why you need Bitcoin. So if it does ever happen to you, if God forbid some mutant like that, like Letitia James, comes after you one day, you can just put up the middle finger to her and say, "Whang!" Okay, and move to a new country, start a new life with your Bitcoin. So that's who's behind this lovely Tether investigation. Okay, for all you fans of the government are doing this kind of stuff. That's your hero, Letitia. There, put you in a cage. All right, so yeah, the Banana Republic. Alistair Milne, who again is not on Letitia James' side, I will tell you that. He says New York Attorney General's recent public suit against Bitfinex and Tether was designed to, and this is a poll, you should take this poll, it's linked to below, protect Tether owners, 5% said that, protect Bitfinex users, 14% said that, both of the above, actually 14% said that, and finally, inflict maximum damage on business, 75% said that. I said that. That's what this is probably about, to inflict the maximum damage on the business, on that specific business, and on cryptocurrency Bitcoin as a whole, or unregulated Bitcoin as a whole. Okay. Sorry, I had something in my. Pound that like button. Adam's getting excited here. Oh, we got Vention Midcow just sent something, and Vention actually watched that video I alluded to, the economic invincibility thing. And Chris K said, "Have you heard from your friends in Venezuela?" Chris K, were you listening to the show at the beginning of the show? The first thing I said at the beginning of the show was I can't get in touch with Gabriel in Venezuela because the Chinese government helped the Venezuelans shut down social media. So no, I haven't heard from my friends in Venezuela. And are you one of the guys that just never mind. Thank you for the question. Pay attention. All right. Vention says, good rant. Very true. Abuse of government power is why I got into Bitcoin in the first place. Thank you for the $5, Vention. Pound that like button. That was a good reason to get into to Bitcoin in the first place. Moving on. Let's see if there were any other questions here. Bitcoin Meister. All right. And I'm still talking about this Tether thing because it won't go away. Now, Mustap Murad, he said, hate it or love it, but this is what the much theorized hybrid semi-collateralized stablecoin looks like in the wild, originally bootstrapped from supposedly fully backed stablecoin. Exactly. This is what it looks like, dudes. This is what this what a hybrid semi-collateralized stablecoin looks like. Tether. Okay. So why, if you're not comfortable with that kind of thing, then don't mess with it. I advise no one mess with this stuff. Okay. Just get Bitcoin. Don't be a trader. Don't have your money in this Tether. Don't store your coins on Bitfinex. You never know what's going to happen. Now, are they villains in this? No, they're not actually. They're not the villains. They're not the villains in this. They're not, it's all out on the table, people. They're not hiding anything from you. Okay. They're not. They're. This is how they conduct an exchange. Okay, a Bitcoin exchange without dollars. They made up their own thing. You have trust in it, and they do. Their funds were confiscated by their payment processor. Okay, what? And the payment processor was under some type of litigation. Some country was putting pressure on them. I wonder what country. I wonder. Why wonder? Why mess? Okay, why even mess with all this stuff? Okay, this is when you're dealing with centralized coins. Centralized things can be shut down. Letitia James can bring down Tether. Unfortunately, Letitia James can't bring down Bitcoin. Pound that like button. Max Kaiser, who I don't even like, not at all. But I'm going to quote him. Tether is 74% backed. That's the news that came out today. Tether is 74% backed. And it's backed by some other things too, but besides the 74% money. 74% backed. Fed is 1% backed. JP Morgan is 20% backed. Great points there. Does the New York Attorney General go after the Fed? Does New York Attorney General go after JP Morgan? No, of course not. No. I mean, this is, again, do people have confidence in JP Morgan? Yes. Do people have confidence in the Fed? You better believe it. And I know, guess what? The 80% of the freaking world that get their welfare dollar, they have all the confidence of the world in the Fed. And they play right along. They'll continue to play right along. And the Fed will continue to be able to inflate the money supply and get away with it. And you can either cry about it or you can buy Bitcoin and go way into the Bitcoin overlay. You don't have to worry about inflation. You don't have to worry about ending up in a cage because one of those government officials picks up. You can just leave the country. You're not tethered down, should we say? But great point by Max there. All right. So the Breaker magazine, that can be a very obnoxious publication sometimes. They might have a little bit too much of a liberal slant for some people sometimes. Well, here's their latest. We're saddened to announce that Breaker Mag is winding down this May. We'd like to thank the wonderful staff and freelancers who helped us raise standards for blockchain reporting. Hey, they did do some good reporting. Let me tell you something. I've seen them come and go, baby. I've seen another one bites the dust. Conviction. I'm still here. I've seen them come. I've seen them go. That's another one. Okay. Bitcoin Meister conviction. I'm not going anywhere. Pound that like button. Somebody else will come in the breaker space and take their place and disappear. And all these come and go. I've seen them come and go, baby. The Meister is the constant. And you can check out disruptmeister.com. See the videos I've been making since 2013 on this very channel. All righty. Looks like no one else had any questions after mention. Very good. All right, everybody. That is it. I am Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video. Check out the links section below. Pound that like button. Bang that bell button. Click on those squares. And I was just reviewing if there's anything I left out. All right. I'll see you guys in the chat right now. Bye-bye.